Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here with a journal share for you guys today. So today I am super excited to bring to you this really cool Gothic journal. I don't know what I'm calling it yet. I'll come up with something by the time this video comes out. In a Gothic romantic theme. This was a commission. A really sweet lady came and asked me if I could make a book for her to use as like a writing companion with her really cool tarot deck, which is called the Gothic Bohemian Tarot. And I suggest looking that up if you guys want to see where I pulled some inspiration from. So she wanted a book to journal about her like work with her tarot deck and her studies therein, and so she didn't give me a lot of qualifications, just something Gothic, romantic, and goes well with her tarot deck. And that was a really fun experience, and I had a lot of fun making this. It was nice to have the creative freedom to do as I pleased, but also to match that deck. It was really cool. It had some really great color tones and like cool blues and greens and reds and black, of course. So I really let that shine because it was a Gothic romantic type of thing. I wanted to keep it more in the reds, just to sort of bring in that romance. And I don't know, the deck is really cool. It has lots of like muted cool colors with like pops of color in there, so that was also really fun to experiment with. So as you can see, I came up with this gigantic book. It somehow kind of really got away from me. The spine is only 3 inches, but it got a little crocodile mouthed, so much to the point where I had to leave some stuff out. So in addition to the book, there are 2 little mini books and a little rose and hydrangea like sachet that I just made because I really like the juxtaposition of like the pretty flowers and the skulls, but also I thought like it kind of encapsulated the themes of the book. And it was just fun to make because I have a ton of dried flowers on hand and wanted to do that. The little mini books are pretty straightforward. They just have like some scraps and leftovers I had from the making of the book with some like book pages for her to do some additional journaling in. So those I threw, but also couldn't fit into the book without causing an inappropriate amount of crocodile mouth. Like it's already a little bit there, but it would have been like blah. So let's get into the book. So for the cover, as you can see, we have this really pretty image peeking through. It's actually a window. It goes through to the other side. Just undo the closure, which is just 2 different colors of sari silk. So yeah, it's actually a window, and I did this following Kim's tutorial, which I will link down below, so you guys can check that out. And I really like this, how that came out. It was a fun thing to experiment with and try. I got these flowers from Renee Bouquets, that's actually really hard to say, on Etsy, and I will link her shop down below. She has really great flowers at like a really reasonable price, and I really love going to her shop for them. They are really beautiful, and she makes them herself, and they went really well. They matched perfectly with the book. And then I got a little tiny like haul, not so tiny, it was kind of gigantic haul from April of some fabric and lace. And this was one of the big pieces of fabric she gave me, and it's like a quilted blankety type fabric. And I don't know why, but it really like spoke to me, and I thought it went really well with the book. I really like how it looks, like that quilted aspect, kind of like a warm, cozy book that you can kind of like cuddle up with and write in. So I really enjoy how that came out. For this book, I also got a little more into like textiles than usual because, like I said, April sent me that little happy mail, and it had a ton of like laces and fabric pieces to choose from. So I thought I would really use as much of that as I could and like incorporate more fabric and lace elements than I typically do, which I think is part of what led to how chunky this book became. But I'm not mad about it. I really am happy with how it came out, and it was fun to go outside of my normal comfort zone of paper and get a little more fabric and a little more textural. So like I said, for the cover, I used this image to peek through, but I also made these little photo corners, which actually I can't get my bone folder under because it's too thick. Let me actually get a tag. Here we go. Tag. So she can actually slide an image here. I left that open on all 4 corners, so she could slide her own image in here if she wants and doesn't want to use this image. But I really like how this came out. I used a couple of kits, one from Lisa Dodd and the other one from somebody. I'll put their name right here because I clearly forgot it. Sorry. But I will also link their shops down below. And I have to pet my cat, sorry. So I used those kits in this book, and they were really pretty kits, and I'm really excited with how they came out with. I also used some kits from my own shop, which I will point out because shameless self-promotion is a thing. So, just, I love this color. I liked the little pops of like red in here. I was really pleased with how the lace edging came out. So there is a ton of lace on the edges, and everything I inked up in black, but actually used this Versa Magic little dewdrop in midnight black, and it's like probably the blackest black, like almost blacker than archival ink, I want to say, and I'm really pleased with how it came out because like I love how dark everything looks and how grungy it is. So I used a little bit of stamping. I didn't do too much stamping in this book because I didn't want to like get in the way of her tarot journaling and sort of, you know, dictate what goes on what page. So I tried to keep the stamping to a minimum and do it in certain areas. And then I used some of these like metallic worded stickers by Tim Holtz. Every signature has a page, like a collaged on lace tab, which, you know, it's kind of hard to tell as you go through the book, but they're there and they're a little more solid than the rest of the lace edging is. So she should be able to find the tabs pretty easy. And I guess I didn't show you guys the top view. There wasn't a lot going on up top. Just a little bit of stuff poking out, and just a little tiny bit on the bottom. So most of it's right here in the front. Yeah, so there is some coffee dyed paper. Turn the page. And there is a little pocket with a little tab right here. This is a page from the vampire kit in my shop. And I mixed them all up, so this is also from that kit. There's some, like, a book page from a scary storybook, some music paper, the Parish After Dark kit, and I printed it completely like in a flat black and white and not like in its regular form. And I also really like how that came out. It came out even darker than the original page, so that was interesting. I forgot to mention that this is a side-loading pocket. And I guess it, you guys might have noticed, but there are 9 signatures, and it's actually a hollow back spine. Why 9? Because I wanted to try something different and see how 9 signatures looked as opposed to 4 smaller signatures. There's like 50 pages in here, so almost 200 pages front and back. I think it's like 180 maybe. It's an estimate, don't quote me. There's a lot of pages because I wanted her to have enough room to journal for her entire deck. There is a like embellished CD envelope that flips down, and then she can write a little note in here and do some journaling back there. And then it also is a tuck spot on this side with a little journaling card stuck in there. This really cool ruffle came from April. She sewed some ruffles and put them into that Happy Mail for me, so thank you, April. And then I added some like Gothic words. I've added a ton of word like page printouts in my shop, so you guys can check those out. But I have a couple Gothic ones, and I was like really loving how they came out and how they look in here. And so I just stuck that onto some lace and fabric and stuck it on this bag. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with words today. I don't know. Maybe it's because I worked a full shift before I came. So there is a little lace flip up with this really pretty purple lace. And in here is a bag with some tarot cards. I didn't go too like heavy with the tarot element because I wanted to keep it more in the romantic Gothic sense. But I did include it a little bit as we go along. You'll see there's some tarot elements here. Got this cool die cut from Kim. There's another one of those little word things. And then in the bag is this little like booklet flip out journaling card thing that came with one of the kits. So that's the end of the first signature. It's going to go really fast through the signatures because there's 9. So there is the second little tab, a little word that says beauty, a little flower hanging out here. And then there's some handmade paper. And see, you can do, I did some stamping on the back of this tag. So there is a large like ticket style tag here. This is a really pretty page. I wish I remembered what shop it was. I'll remember when I do the description, but I really need to start like committing names of stuff to memory. So there is a large paper clip here, which is snagged, of course, because I'm filming. And then there is a page from the parish kit. And then I made this like large flip out sort of piece because I got in one of the kits, there's like huge trifold like brochure type pages of these really pretty like architectural buildings with the Gothic style. And I wanted to keep them together, but I didn't have room to keep them together. So I thought it'd be fun to make this like flip out and add some little collage elements and little clusters. Do some more collaging on the back, and then add some lace here. This is a little pocket, and then there's like this little line and a tag to go in there. So there's tons of space for her to tuck some more stuff in there too as well, and that just sits real nicely right here with this little paper clip to hold it in. So yeah, hopefully there's enough journaling space. You can tuck something back here as well as into this pocket, which I did a little collaging onto. The other side of that handmade paper, gorgeous image. And then here is a piece of vellum with a little tag with this little palmistry hand. I know it's like a tarot journal, but I added a little bit of like divination stuff, just general divination stuff as well that I could find in my stash. There's a little triple pocket here, so there's a tag, and I don't know if it's going to be like able to pick up on camera. I stamped it with that black VersaMagic ink, so you can see it when you look up close, but like I don't think it's going to pick up on camera, but it's black on black. And then there is a little tarot card, and then another tag from the kit. And then I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this is a pocket. I just didn't stick anything in there. Some more handmade paper. Some more coffee stain paper. Another page from that kit by Lisa Dodd. And this really gorgeous page. And then here is like a little tuck spot with a large tag from one of the kits, and then one of those word cutouts. And then this flips open. There is a tuck spot for a little tag here, and then it's open on this side for her to tuck some more stuff into, so she stuck a little note in there. And then there's a lace flip up here with another page from the vampire kit. We'll flip out, and the other side of that vellum, and then the next signature. This one says, in memory of. You can kind of see the tab better. Well, it's this really cool, like, scaly, glittery dragon skin looking, like, material. It has a really nice, like, soft felted back, which I thought was cool. And then there is a large paper clip here with an altered file folder, the tower card, little cutout here, and on the inside is another image from the kit and a little journaling space. And then I just inked that up all the way around. And then here is some like really cool metallic cardstock that Kim embossed. I really like how that came out. Some more book pages. I know it says potions, but if she doesn't want to put potions in here, she can cover that up and write something else in here. It's just one of the pages that came with the kit, and I used every single page in the kit. And then there is another pocket back here. It's one of these like occult style tags. It's a very tight pocket. Might need some work. It's really pretty, like floral lace. And then there is a little altered bookmark here. So I stuck a little sticker on the back and one of the lace clusters here. I don't like remember. I think there is a vampire in the Gothic Bohemian Tarot deck. There is like some old style Hollywood like movie monsters like Frankenstein and stuff. And the Mummy I think is in there as well. I didn't incorporate too much of that, but I did add little tiny touches of like Frankenstein and Dracula and stuff like that, just to sort of like call back to that tarot deck. And then there is a glassine bag with a skeleton or a skull on it, and words, and this really pretty tag, which you can kind of see through the bag, so I'm really happy with like how that looks. And then there is a large, I guess this is like fabric, lace, trim, I don't know what you call stuff like this, but it's a giant pocket, and it covers the whole entire signature. There is the other tab with like a little drive-in theater ticket to like call back to those movie monsters, and some book paper, and a large sheet of coffee dyed paper, and then this is a page from one of the kits printed in vellum. So there's that. And then a little tarot card on this bag, a lace belly band, and there is this floating like library card style pocket, which I can't open with my fingers. There it is. And then there's a little front tuck spot here, so you can see the little knight back there, with this really cool piece of like Gothic architectural window on the back, or on the front, not the back. Jiminy Cricket. Words is a struggle today. It's really pretty, like, building front. I don't know what buildings like these are, but I love them, and I think they're gorgeous in this kit. So there is another word. And I didn't put anything in these bags, probably because I realized at this point the journal was getting large. And then the other side of that, vellum, which is really cool. I love this little crow. Book paper, and then right here is a collage, like one of those little fabric collages, and then this opens up to journal on the back here. There is a space to tuck something in here, and then the back of this is also a tuck spot. So I just stuck this little tag in there so that she would know that there was space to tuck stuff in. And then there is the back of that pocket page. That's where I tried to put one of the little books, and then I realized that like you couldn't close the book. And then there's another little tab with this really cool like beaded trim hanging off the back with the Orpheum Theater on it, like a little Phantom of the Opera type theater. And then this really cool door. It came in the kit as well. And I don't know if it's like a particularly Gothic style door, but I really liked how like grungy and worn down it looks. And it's got like a little Hand of Fate in there, which I thought was apt for a tarot deck journal. And then there is this really pretty like romantic poem type thing on the back of this not romantic poem type thing, so I figured she could cover that up if she wanted to, but this one was really pretty and went with the whole Gothic romance thing. And then there is a little lace pocket here holding this little envelope, which you can tuck some stuff away into. And then this is that lady from the tag. I really love this page. This is probably like my favorite page in the kit. And then some more coffee dyed paper. And then here is the other giant paper clip. It's just like a tarot card. I backed the backs of 2 tarot cards onto here. That came from a Recollections paper pad. And then it's got a little window envelope with a tag inside. And then I stuck these eyes back here, and I really love that. I think that's really cool. Just like watching you through the window. And then we struggle to put this in, because every pocket is super tight for some reason. There we go. And then there is another little collage on the front with some leaf trim. And then on the back is this knight with some more lace that flips open. There is a journaling spot here. This is a tuck spot. So, all a pretty cool little flip out. I'm really happy with how these flip outs came out as well. That was sort of experimental. I wasn't sure if they were going to work in here, and they do. And I even like that they add a little bit to the edge decorations. Some stray strings, because, like I said, I got textural, so all those strings are just following me around. And this really pretty paper. That also came in the kit. Book page. little leafy trim, and then here is another printed on vellum, and it's really cool because you can write on vellum. I don't know if people know that. I think most people who watch my channel do. So I thought it'd be cool to write something here, or maybe she could write it on the back and it could just show through like it is on the note cards. I don't know. That's just me being like overthinking the journaling process. Here's the tab for this signature. And then there's some silver trim. I use silver a lot in this book. Not for any particular reason. I think just because my last book had so much gold in it that I was kind of like done with gold. So I ended up doing a bunch of silver in here, and I really like how it came out. I think it matches pretty well, although there are little touches of gold here and there as well. So there is a little glassine bag with another large tag. I made a little collaging on the front and use some of those clipping stickers from Tim Holtz. And then there is a little gypsy fortune teller, a little bit of ephemera down here. I left these open. It's actually an envelope, and I was going to glue it down, but then I decided to leave it open. So she could actually journal back through here. Flip these open, and then, because I always stick stuff on without checking, there it is. This flips open so more journaling can be done back here. And if she wants to, she can attach something to the other flap here and have it all be like super interactive and flippy and fun, which I think is fun. So there's some coffee dyed paper, and then this flips out to give her some more real estate to write on. And I hope like this is enough space for writing, because tarot decks typically have 72 cards, so, or 78. I always forget how much it adds up to. It has some number under 80, but above 70 cards. So I wanted her to have like at least a page a piece, if not like half a page a piece to write on, in addition to having a really decorative journal that she would be happy to have. There is another little envelope flip out here. This one actually has like this little wall motif that I got going on with this door, and then this flips open to have some more journaling back here. And then there's just this like little banner collage here. And then I believe this one is top loading. Yeah, so there's a top loading pocket up here. And then a little tuck spot back here with a really large tag. And then the other side of that envelope, I actually stuck this down to stick the other little book in here. But like I said, Crocodile Mouth was sort of unforgivable at that point. So I left it open. Here's a little bit of stamping I did. So like I said, I didn't do that much stamping. I did more stamping on the embellishments than on the actual pages, just so I didn't like dictate how the book came out. So there is the back of that vellum, still really pretty. And then another page from the Parish Kit. And the other tab, I don't know, is this last signature? One more signature after this. So there is a black bag here. And then a little floating library pocket. It's not a library pocket, just envelope, like a coin envelope. And then this really pretty lace. They stuck to this music paper. It's really big, that's why it ended up on this one. But I wanted to include it because it's just so pretty. And then some coffee dyed ledger paper. And this was like a really cool, like it said like it was a collage page. And I think you're like meant to like cut it apart and use it for collages. But I just left it whole because I really like the overall look of it. Then there is the second little file folder with a little tiny paper clip I made out of one of the little clusters. Wow. Another little word from my shop. And then this one also flips open. This has a tuck spot back here for her to stick something in, because I wasn't really sure about this picture. It has a lot of like tarot elements, and I think this is from like the Halloween tarot, but I didn't want to, it doesn't really match, so I didn't want to like make it a permanent fixture, so she can cover that up with something else if she wants. And then there's a journaling spot right here to go with that. Then there is a fabric flip up that I stuck this card to, so she can have a really nice little journaling spot back there. And music paper. I don't remember. I don't think this is, I think this is just stuck down. But it is the other side of that bag. So plenty of room to ferret more stuff in here too as well, which I think will be fun and particularly useful. She could put like tarot spreads and stuff in there, so that should be interesting. So this is the last page tab with the other little bit of that beaded trim. Whoop. There is a pocket here, I believe. Yes, pocket there. More coffee dyed paper. Another piece of printed vellum. And some more handmade paper, which I stuck this little tiny pocket onto with this really pretty tag. And, you know, honestly, I didn't know what these were, so I put them here because I thought they were decorative. I don't know what they were meant to be, so now they're just little banners. And then some of those pretty ruffles. There is a tiny paper clip to hold this together, so that's a flip out with a tag, and then a little embellished envelope with this really pretty like lace applique. And I think I'm almost out of these, which makes me a little sad, but I'm glad that I used them because I've had them for a while. And the other side of that vellum, there's some coffee paper, and then the very last like collaged on bag with a little tarot card, another Gothic word, and the bag is empty, but it opens up to have like lots of room to stuff stuff into. And then that's the very last page of the book. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And I guess that's it. That's going to be it for me for a little while. I don't really know what my next project is going to be. I think I might take a little break from books, focus on putting some new kits into the shop, and maybe just doing some stuff around the house for a little bit. Hope you guys are doing well during this pandemic and the quarantine and everything that's going on, and that you're staying safe. I want you to know that I appreciate your faces. I really do. And that's going to be it for me for now. Catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Bye.